Hello, Informed Crows. I'm John from the Haunt Informer, and today I'm going to be giving you my review of Lake Hickory Haunts located in Hickory, North Carolina. This is their 13th year of fear, and I had a wonderful time. And here's the magnet. So I went to Lake Hickory Haunts in Hickory, North Carolina. This is the awesome magnet they have with their Kraken on it. And I also got these shirts. So here's the Lake Hickory Haunts shirt you can see. And on the back right here, it has the Lake Hickory Haunts logo that looks like this. So it looks really awesome. I'm happy that I got the merch. It turned out really nice. Thank you very much to the owner of Lake Hickory Haunts, Ryan Settlemeyer, for inviting me out to the event. Thank you very much. And thank you to his entire crew. They're very professional, doing an excellent job, taking care of me and making sure I got to all the right places at the right times. And I had a wonderful time. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. And I got a VIP pass, and you get your own laminate there with your lanyard, and they actually will punch out these little skulls at the bottom that have the different things. So it tells you about getting discount on souvenirs. You get a discount on a souvenir. You get to the VIP lounge. There's a special lounge just for VIP holders. Your admission into the attraction, the Midway, and all that good stuff. So it gets you a lot. And on the back, it has it printed out here. You get immediate access admission to the attraction, which is very true. You go right into it, right down the hill, past the 12-foot skeletons that are fully decked out with theming, right into the attraction, and it's very effective and very well done. And you get into the Midway. Midway is incredible. When you walk into the Midway, you actually walk under this custom ship they've built where Ryan describes it as a floating ship, and that's actually the DJ booth, and they have projections on it at night, and it looks beautiful. Absolutely impeccable set design. I absolutely loved it, and it gets you access to the VIP lounge that only VIP holders get. You also get a VIP souvenir and a free photo print. So I got that. I got my photo print. I got this in the ghost town area. So once you go down the hill, you walk into the ghost town, and then that'll take you to the other attractions. And I got my picture, and it turned out really nice. I'm happy about it. I like it. It's good quality. And the VIP souvenir, I'm pretty sure they're telling about, is the sticker they give you. So really nice. They gave it to you in the VIP lounge. And in the Midway, there's a lot to do, many games. I was very impressed by how much they had to do. And they had their own cafe as well, the Kraken Cafe, Kraken-themed food booth there. They had Nathan's hot dogs. I had one. It was actually very good. So I really enjoyed it. And when you play the different games in the Midway, they will give you prizes if you do well. And I did the axe throwing, and I also did the game where you have to throw darts, and the dart board per se is actually a spiral, and they have it spinning, and you throw the darts at it, and you try to pop the balloons on it when it's spinning. I was horrible at it. I didn't get any, but they still gave me a wristband. So you get a wristband for the different games for a prize if you don't do very well, or the just base level. So I got a pink one, and I also got this one. So thank you very much for that. And I did the axe throwing. Axe throwing you had to sign a waiver for, and you had to have proof of your photo ID. They could either see it on your phone, a picture of it, or actually show them it, and the lady running it will actually look at it and check it to see how old you were, because you couldn't do it unless you were a certain age. And I had a really good time with that. And also, if you want to buy games on site, you can. They have a booth just for that, so it all works out. It's really nice. And I did the axe throwing, and these axes were smaller, so you had to throw them harder to get the stick to the target. But I got to do it a couple times, and you got to throw the axes 9 times. The first 6 times are practice, and the last 3 are the ones that count and the ones you get a prize for. I actually got a bullseye with one of them during the first 6, and I was very proud of myself for that because it's really hard to do, and I'm usually not great at axe throwing, so I was happy about that. I actually took pictures of how many I got at the end, and I actually, in the end, out of the 3, I got to the stick, but it wasn't in the right spot to get a big prize, so I ended up, like I said, getting one of these wristbands. But it was a lot of fun, so I definitely recommend checking it out, and there's other games as well, so I had a great time in the Midway. I also did the Buried Alive Simulator, where you go into this coffin and they close the lid on you and it's completely dark in there and you hear sound effects and it smells dusty in there, dank, and the whole thing's shaking under you. You get shaken to the left and the right, and it was very cool. I really enjoyed it. It was definitely one of the best buried alive simulators I've been in. I've been in a lot of them, and that was one of the best I've been in. So really impressed by that, and the lady running it was very nice as well. So really enjoyed the Midway. Very impressed by how many options they had for the games, and the photo ops were awesome. They had their own custom throne for Lake Hickory Haunts, and they had this entire haunted house facade just for the Midway, just to take pictures of. They built an entire house facade. It was so well done, where there's like evil trick-or-treaters around it, and they have their own custom like Cthulhu-style monsters around it, go with the lake theme, and I loved it. I really did. I was very impressed by the Midway. Job well done. I'll have some pictures in it right now. Got Boss the Clown here.
Hello, you guys.
What do you have to say to everybody in the YouTube land?
Come out and see us at Lake Hickory Haunts.
Awesome. Massive shout out to Chad Savage for creating the logo for Lake Hickory Haunts. It looks really good. I really like it. And he also created other designs for their merch inside their merch shop. So I really liked all those designs. Chad always does an excellent job. So shout out to Chad. And they actually will give you a physical map at the main ticket booth when you check in after you park. And you will get an event guide. And inside of here, it will actually show you a map of the haunt. So it'll tell you where everything is, it'll tell you where the box office is, and where all the different haunts are, and it'll tell you all about that. So it's actually very nice, very well done. And on the back, it tells you the dates, and it tells you the social media. here are the dates for Lake Hickory haunts. Most haunts actually close in October, so it's nice they're open a little bit more in November. So if you want to check them out, you have more chances. So really nice, well done, well printed, and that's their logo again. So really nice. Also have a picture of the calendar in here to make sure you can see it. So definitely a massive shout out to Lake Hickory Haunts for being open until November, giving more people an opportunity to check out this amazing show. A massive shout out to Ryan for taking me behind the scenes ahead of time of the haunt and showing me mobile themes there. He didn't show me everything. A lot of it was kept a surprise for me, but I got to see mobile things there, and that turned out really nice. I really love seeing everything during the day. It really shows all the detail and time and effort they put into it, and I love that. Very cool. Thank you very much to Ryan for showing me those attractions. And I also got to see the behind the scenes of the costume area and the makeup area. And I got to see him get his makeup done. So I actually put in some clips of Ryan getting his makeup for his character he portrays every night right now. And at the very beginning of the night, when it gets dark and all the scare actors are roaming around, you will actually see this whole ceremony, like an opening ceremony with the scare actors, with Ryan, with Boss the Clown, and it was awesome. They had fire effects and pyro, and it turned out nice with sparklers and everything. I did a whole video on it, I have it linked in the corner, but it turned out really awesome. I got really good footage of it, and then I went down the hill and went into the attractions with my VIP pass, immediate access. You show it to them, they punch the little skull, and you are into the attraction. You walk down that hill into the ghost town, fully themed out. You get to see the sheriff, and there's this creepy headless woman that's actually walking around holding her own head. So that was really cool. And it was really well done. Very well done theming. You really did feel like you went right into a western town, and there was low-lying fog in there, and that was really cool. That's actually where you get your picture, and I really enjoyed it. That was a very well-themed area, and that takes you right to the first attractions, and you make sure you show them you have a VIP pass because there's a special VIP entrance to the first attraction, which is called the Nightmare Factory, and has this beautiful facade, this custom sign with gears on it that are moving. Around the sign, they have projections of all these different pipes and everything, and it looks like the front of this just decrepit, gross factory, and I loved it. And at the very beginning, they have really good quality scare actors dressed up as these evil nurses. And they were doing an awesome job. Shout out to Taylor. She was also awesome. Thank you very much for treating me really well in the hospitality of the night. Everyone I talked to was great. Taylor, Gwen, Ryan, everybody there. I had so much fun talking to everybody, and they were very, very nice people. I was very impressed by the makeup and costuming all night. It was very well done, fully immersed you into all the environments you go through. And the first attraction was Nightmare Factory. So they tell you about the backstory of how Dr. Death has created this serum that's called NR2, and that will actually make your fears worse. It'll amplify them, and you will be soaked with this serum when you go into the attraction, and it'll make your nightmares worse. So when you go into the Nightmare Factory, immediately right off the bat, it is very intense, very loud sound effects. I love that the floor moves at points where you walk on and the whole thing moves to one side and the other. I love that. And it's very loud and aggressive in there, very gory, very gritty. The scare actresses in there are very loud, very good quality screams. They definitely scared me multiple times. And I love the one drop down scare got me really good, like really good legitimately. I did not know it was going to be there, and all of a sudden it was there. That got me really good. Very loud and intense. At times it's very claustrophobic, and all the evil nurses and doctors in there are very intense. The one doctor wanted to make sure I got my surgery done correctly, and I loved it. I really, really enjoyed it. That doll area was really creepy because you go in, there's dolls everywhere, and you don't know where to go. And all of a sudden, a doll character came at me from the ground. Like, that legitimately got me. Excellent scare actor right there. And I had a really good time in that Nightmare Factory. It was very intense. They messed with the floor, like I said already, and they came at you from above and the sides and the ground. And that was an excellent start to the night. I loved going through the Nightmare Factory. This is your classic zombie haunt where you go past these mausoleums and zombies are coming after you. These are very aggressive zombie scare actors. They have excellent growls. And at one point you see Grim Reaper, and he said he wants to take your soul, and I loved it. I really enjoyed that attraction. Very well themed. You're up to 25 feet up in the air during this attraction, the Voodoo Bayou, because they have it built where it's like a treetop attraction. So you're going through these different huts and buildings higher above the property, and I really enjoyed that. If you look down, you get beautiful views of the lake and everything, so that was really nice. Something that was really impressive to me throughout the entire experience was the sightlines of this attraction. You can look out and see different facades, and they look good quality and well lit, or you see the lake, and it looks beautiful. So really enjoyed that, well thought out, well planned. So Voodoo Bayou was awesome. I loved going through that attraction. All the characters were totally in character. I really enjoyed all the different scenes you go through. One of the huts you go through, it looks like there's this evil shrine, and there's like this throne, and there's all these props everywhere, and there's so much to look at. You go into another area, and it looks like the scare actress is cutting into this prop body, and it looks like she's performing this evil ritual sacrifice and coming after you. And I love the scare actors in here. They were doing an excellent job, very creepy. And you go through these different buildings, and you weave your way through this attraction on this walkway, and you make a sharp turn, and you go down, go back to level ground again. There's scare actors coming at you from the corners. I love that the one scare actors actually followed me and stalked me through the attraction for a long time. So once you're back to level ground, you will go to Shipwrecked 2.0, and it's called that because they've had the attraction for multiple years, and they've upgraded and changed it over the years. And something I really enjoy about Lake Hickory Haunts is the texture you are walking on, but the ground will change. So at points, you're going on floors that will change and move. At times, you're on sand. Like in this attraction, you're actually walking on sand, and they have to change that and replenish it all haunt season and make sure it's good quality, and make sure there's enough for everybody to be fully immersed in it. So you're already fully immersed with that sand, really brings you into that environment. And then they have all these beautiful sets of these ships, and all the pirates are coming after you. And at one point, one of the pirates said, "What do you want?" And I said, "I want the treasure." And he said, "No, I'm not going to give you my treasure." And I really enjoyed that. That was a lot of fun. So I had a great time in that attraction. After the Shipwreck 2.0, they'll take you to Aquaphobia, and they have beautiful signs for all these attractions. So every single time you go to an attraction, a new theme, you will know because they have a good quality, well-lit sign. I really appreciate that. They have this beautiful, well-lit sign that says Aquaphobia, and they actually stop you there to make sure you have the right groups, and you'll walk onto these custom bridges they built over the lake. I absolutely love this attraction. It was incredibly detailed, beautiful views of the lake. And these bridges are custom made, will actually move under you. They'll move under you, they'll move inwards, and all the, oh man, it's so good. It's so immersive. It was really well done. I really love these bridges because they would move so much. They would make you feel like you're going to fall into the lake or move to the side, the right, and I loved it. I love those interactive bridges that were custom made for Lake Hickory Haunts, and I loved it. I really did. I love that immersion and that paranoia of like you're going to fall in the water, but you're looking at all the beautiful views. And if you look in the water, you can see they have this well-lit Kraken prop in the water, and I loved it. Aquaphobia was one of the most unique attractions I've been through ever at any haunted attraction. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Very immersive, really well done, and you then get back off the lake, and then you're on dry land again, and then there's all kinds of different scare actors coming at you, fully immersing you into those environments, and you have to barely avoid seeing the fish monster. The fish monster, Vadianoi, will come after you, and that was really well done. I really loved that. After Aquaphobia, you will go to an attraction called Extinction. And Extinction is an alien haunt. So you don't see that very often in haunt attractions, especially not as well done as this one. I loved it. From the very beginning of the name with the whole sign they have there and the theming, an alien animatronic pops out of these doors at you, and that was really neat. And you go in, and they have all these pods of these aliens, and some have aliens in them and others don't, so it looks like they've emerged from those pods. It's very claustrophobic and windy in there, and then aliens will actually come right at you, like right at you, with excellent startle scares, and I love that. I really enjoyed that attraction. Very well themed. I loved all the scare actors in there. They were giving 100%, and I love seeing the mutant from Distortion Unlimited that was in there doing the water effect and everything, and I love that attraction. It was so well themed, so detailed, so grungy. You really don't see aliens often, and I'm so happy they did it and did it so well. So right after Extinction, you will go to an attraction called Aftermath, and this is more post-apocalyptic, where it's more of a junkyard style attraction, and you have to go through a bus at one point, and all the characters in there were very aggressive, really good quality scares. They had this one claustrophobic area you had to go through. The sets are closer to you, and there's mobile gas mask scare actors in there, and they were coming after people. They were scaring the women in front of me. They were growling their ears and coming after them, and they were awesome. Very ruthless. I loved the aggression from all the scare actors and all the attractions. Made sure you got a good scare and really enjoyed all the attractions. So that was a really great time going through Aftermath. And after that, you will go into Nature's Revenge, which was a brand new attraction for this year. They spent a lot of time and effort building this attraction, making sure it was very detailed, and they talked it up for a long time on social media, and it did not let me down. I was very impressed. This was definitely one of the best quality greenhouse attractions I've been through from the very beginning, with the beautiful sign, custom sign they had for it. You go right into the greenhouse, and at the very beginning, Milo, who is actually the husband of the character Eden, you actually are trying to find her the attraction. Milo says, "You have to help me find my wife. Her name's Eden. She has long black hair, and you have to find her. Like, help me find her." And you have to go through this whole greenhouse attraction to try to find Eden, and you see Eden later on, and there's an awesome scare with Eden. I'm not going to ruin it for you. It was really good. It got me, and I love the detail in here. Like, everything is alive. They have butterflies, animatronics of butterflies. They have bugs everywhere. They have pitcher plants. They have Venus flytraps. There's a whole Venus flytrap mouth from Gorgolore that bites on you when you're walking through it, and there is so much to see in here. I really enjoyed all those animatronics in there, and when you're distracted by that, scare actors will come after you. They're properly themed to the area, and I loved it. It was absolutely beautiful, and I really liked that from one scene to another, they actually changed the lighting so it actually goes to UV lit, so you can really see all of that difference of all the different plants, and it really stands out and is very vibrant, and that was a beautiful attraction. One of the most beautiful I've been through ever. Really enjoyed that. Very well done, and the scare actors did a great job. When you were distracted by that, they get good quality scares, so that was an awesome attraction. So after Nature's Revenge, you will go into the Descent, and they tell you about it on the website that you are actually going underground. And when they say we're referring to a cave or going in an underground area, we're telling you the truth. They actually dug under the property, and you're going through an actual tunnel system they have built. You really are underground, and I was very impressed by that. It's one of the only true attractions you go through with a cave that's actually a cave, so I was very impressed by that. Very grungy and dark, and all the scare actors in there were doing a great job. And at one point, a spider animatronic comes at you from Poison Props. That was really cool. And you go in, and at one point, it gets very, very dark. Like, you cannot see anything, and everyone's trying to find their way out. It is very creepy, and Sometimes there's a little bit of light, but it's mostly dark, and you have to just keep on walking and feeling the walls and try to find your way out of this tunnel system. And one guy behind me in a different group was convinced someone was touching him, but they weren't. He was just completely freaking out. That was hilarious. So I really enjoyed this attraction. It was a very gritty, grimy attraction, and it was honestly very scary because you didn't know where you're going at points. It was very claustrophobic. So really enjoyed that attraction. And you see all these different signs for the freak show acts, the talents that will be there, and they have a ringmaster there with a loudspeaker, and he's telling you to enter the attraction. And it was so much fun. I love the whimsical nature of it, and it's very well detailed through this entire attraction. There's props of clowns everywhere, ranging from clown heads, like decorations on the walls, to full-on props, like full-on realistic props of clowns coming at you. And I love the scare actors in here, very well themed, really good quality props and masks and the costumes, and they fully fit all the environments. And I love that the floor messed with you again here. I really enjoyed that. I love when they mess with the floor in haunted attractions. They make sure they do that in this attraction as well. And it's very vibrant and very well painted everywhere, and there's so much to see above you and around you. And a massive shout out to the scene and the scare actors in there for the cotton candy room, where it looks like you're going into an entire area that is built out of cotton candy. All of the walls, from the ceiling to the floor, it looks like there's cotton candy everywhere, and they have smell effects in there, so it actually smells like cotton candy, and it's so well done. I absolutely love that. Very unique scene. I've never seen that in a haunted attraction before. I've smelled cotton candy scent before, but I've never actually experienced a whole scene where it looks like you're totally engulfed in cotton candy, and you get to encounter the clown, Cupcake the Clown, that you see on social media. You actually see her in there, and she comes after you, and that was really fun. I love that scene. Very unique, very interesting. Never seen that in another haunt before. Very memorable. And I'll take you to Boss's laboratory, top secret laboratory, and you go in there and you can see really good quality projections of all these different pieces of equipment moving, and I love that attraction. You go in there and it's very industrial and creepy, but it's like a mix of the whimsical and the dark, and all this metalwork is in there, and you can see all these different machines, and I love that. And you go in there and there's all these creepy clowns in there that want to work on you. Like a Frankenstein's monster style monster will lunge out at you as a startle scare, and they have these different clowns coming at you. And I really enjoyed that attraction. Very well done, very detailed. I was very impressed by the scare acting quality and the sets and how immersed you were into every single one of these attractions. Every single theme you go through is very well done. You are fully immersed in all these environments. None of these attractions you go through, one of these themes, you are not bored in any of them. There is so much happening. It is complete sensory overload, and you will have an excellent time. The last theme you will go through is called Chop Shop, and this is definitely the goriest attraction of the night. I talked to Ryan. I actually did an interview with him. I'll have that linked in the corner, where he told me the backstory of this is that you have to go through this chop shop, and they wanted to make it the grittiest and the grossest and the goriest, the most intense finale they could think of. So there is a lot of fake gore in here, lots of gore over barrels and all the sets, and lots of fake prop bodies, and there's lots to see in here. And at points it's very claustrophobic, and you have to find your way out of there. Lots of butchers coming at you. There's also butchers that look like they have skinned pigs and are wearing their faces. So at the very beginning, you are fully immersed in that with a really good quality sign that says Chop Shop, fully themed out, decked out. And that whole first scene is very immersive, where they have this butcher coming after you, and he looks like he's ready to serve you some meat, but you're the one on the menu for the night, and he's coming after you with a cleaver, and he's very aggressive and banging the cleaver everywhere. And that was awesome. I really enjoyed that. And you keep on winding through this attraction. It gets grosser and grimier and gorier the farther you go into this attraction. And they had their own unique twist on a vortex tunnel, where it was actually made out of metal instead, and they had gore on it when you walk through it. That was different. Hadn't seen that before. That was interesting. And there's massive saw blades that come at you, and they have all these chainsaws that are fully decked out and gored out, props in there, and I really enjoyed this attraction. At the end, there's a chainsaw chase out. Shout out to those scare actors. You were doing an excellent job putting a chainsaw right next to me, chasing me. And one of the butchers said, Cuddles, he wants to get cuddled. And they had this chainsaw scare actor that was dressed up as a clown. He was named Cuddles, and he came after me and chased me. That was such a great finale to that attraction, how the whole thing ends. And that'll lead you back into the ghost town so you can get your picture that you had taken. So this is an example of how they will look. So you go back into the ghost town, you can enjoy that area. I was very impressed by how interactive they all were and how I got legitimately scared at mobile points due to the aggression of the scare actors and how they had the sets built for the scare actors and made sure they had good scare spots. And I really enjoyed it. I really, really did. I highly recommend going to Lake Hickory Haunts. You go back up that hill, and you can go to the VIP lounge. I went back up to the VIP lounge, and they have water and snacks for you there. And I talked to Ryan there. I was really happy I got to talk to Ryan and have a really good conversation with him about what I really enjoyed and what they could change and everything about that, about the attraction, and it was really awesome. Thank you very much for inviting me out. I had a wonderful time. I then enjoyed the Midway again, went back in the Midway and enjoyed it, and took pictures and just enjoyed the environment and all the scare actors doing a great job. There were so many good scare actors out there. There was actually Art the Clown out there, dressed up like he was for Santa. So that was just great. I just love the scare actors there. Such a good job. And it was just a wonderful night. I highly recommend going to Lake Hickory Haunts. You will not be disappointed. It was so well done. And after you exit the attraction under the massive ship, but there's the DJ booth, and you go out under the archway, the massive Lake Hickory Haunts archway, you will exit through the gift shop. And this is one of the best gift shops I've been through because it's so well lit. You can actually see what the merch items are. And like I said earlier, there's beautiful logos and artwork done by Chad Savage, and they have so many different options. And it's all very reasonably priced. Like this shirt, this one I think was around $20. Like it's not bad. It's very reasonable. Lots of different options. Like I said, they have these wristbands, they have the stickers, they have shirts, they have hoodies, and they have it very well themed with all these props from Distortion Unlimited. Like there's a massive evil gorilla in there, and there was like a Nosferatu and a Frankenstein's monster, and it was really well done. One of the best gift shops I've been through due to it being fully themed out. And if you go into the corner, there's actually a whole case that has signed memorabilia from horror movie legends like Jason Voorhees and all those cool characters. So I'll have some pictures of that in this video to show you. And the people at the gift shop when you're checking out ask you how you enjoyed it, and I told them I loved it and I really enjoyed it, and they were so happy. Such nice people, really good quality staff. The customer service here is top notch, some of the best you will encounter anywhere. And I was done with the attraction and I was just so happy. I had a really, really positive experience, and I'm so glad I made the trip to North Carolina. There are more dates. They are open. They're going to be open this weekend in October, and they also are going to be open in November. So definitely check out Lake Hickory Haunts. You will not be disappointed. That was the Haunt Informer. Hope you enjoyed. Subscribe and hit that bell icon so you get a notification every single time I put up a new video. Give this video a thumbs up and share with your friends. And I'm on social media. You can find all those links below. And tell me which one of the attractions at Lake Hickory Haunts is your favorite. Tell me all about that in the comments below. And as always, happy hauntings.